Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. Oh, wrestling podcast featuring Matt Zion, Bomber Rap, Scott and Lee, and the one and only Peanut. It's Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. Bitches.
Don't move all of it over to SmackDown. Leave some behind.
When
I know they
to a fucking kid. While he was getting interviewed, he sounded like a bag of dicks. I'm looking at this weird thing.
No,
It's walking on the ceiling.
Triple H is pretty good about it. The fact that the women aren't in it makes said, oh god, Bombers, like you're hearing in the background.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Jobber Radio. This is episode number 70. We hit another milestone. We are getting one step closer to number 100. Slowly but surely, we'll get there because we're back to our bi-weekly schedule. By the way, if people were asking about us, because we did, 5 shows in a row, or 5 weeks in a row, but that was only because WrestleMania season was around. So we're back to bi-weekly, so don't be freaking out everywhere. We are back on our normal schedule. So, first of all, I'm Jake, a.k.a. Bomber, and I got the Outsiders here with us today. First of all, Scott, how are you doing? What's going on?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty much just busy constantly with stuff, trying to get projects going. Nothing I can really release yet. Not that it's, secretive. It's just it's not ready. So,
Yeah.
It's I have things. They're not available yet, but yeah.
Is this all Guilty Pleasure Cinema stuff?
Yes, getting that all revamped and going, but there's also a movie I am working on. It's my own. But
Whoa,
just
what do
everything.
you mean a movie? Like a movie?
Yeah,
Oh, well, look
just
at
my
that.
own thing. Nothing huge or anything, but
Well, yeah, that's so cool.
But yeah, it's kind of, make your own thing, right? So that's pushing forward on that, trying to get things going. So yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we did have Lee. We did have Lee. He looks like he's not here again.
I didn't hear him drop that time, but
I was watching. I saw him disconnect. Yeah, we've been trying to get this thing going here. But
I didn't even hear it.
Yeah, Lee's been dropping in and out. We've been trying to get this rolling. I guess we'll go on without him. We've never done a two-person podcast before, so I don't know how
I'll do it. Let's do it. History is being
Yeah.
made.
If Lee comes back in, he'll just join us midway through. But everybody else is not here today because they're out watching Avengers, or they're out running 5Ks or whatever the fuck Zion's doing. He's eating something somewhere.
He's filming stuff. Yeah. My Avengers night's tomorrow night, and so
Yeah, Peanut's out and Brad's doing a marathon or something. But anyway.
we care. We care.
We do care. But first of all, things we're going to talk about. First of all, head over to Twitter at Jobber Radio. We put a poll up. It's pinned up at the top of the Twitter account. So you need to go up there if you haven't already and vote for what should be the next Best in the Business tournament that we do. We have 4 topics up there. We got Best Pro Wrestler, and that's like an overall encompass. We're talking promos, look, style, everything. That is the overall Best Wrestler. We got Best In-Ring Performer, which is obviously, you're not going to see Hulk Hogan in that category, but you will see him in the Best Pro Wrestler category, basically. That's all in-ring performances. We have Best Finisher in the business, and who was the Best Manager in the business. Right now, we have 40 votes total, and Best Finisher has 40% of the vote out in front. Did you think that would be out in front this early, or did you think something else would be out there?
I thought wrestler or in-ring would be. I didn't think finisher would, but I think hopefully this is our fans voting on it, which it must be. Wow. They like when we get the weird ones because we break down and analyze things for 3 hours.
Yeah, too
that
deep.
Don't deserve to be broken down that much, but it's fascinating stuff. So yeah, no, I hope finishers win. That's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, right now finishers in first.
We'll do them all. But
yeah, probably. Yeah, we'll eventually get to all of them, but which one's next? But manager has 32%. That's in second.
Yeah.
I thought that would be the lowest vote. Would be best manager.
And especially in today's day and age, because there's really no managers anymore. But the funny thing is, way back when we talked about that one, this was off air, but we mentioned managers, and Bomber's like, why? There's only one name. And I think it was Lee and I, ironically enough, were like, well, I know who I'd pick. And he's like, I know who I'd pick. And we had 3 different names.
Well, yeah, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting, I guess.
Not to spoil that for anybody, but if you know who we like, you have ideas. So, yeah, it was just kind of, was like, yeah, that's why we do it. That's so good of an idea. So
yeah, so like you said, eventually we'll get to them all. But right now, best finisher is out in front. If you guys want to vote for something else, go hit up @JobberRadio on Twitter and cast your vote. So, I guess without further ado, we can just go on to our first topic here.
hey, we can talk all Impact all day, and no one can stop us.
That's true. We won't have Lee shitting on it nonstop. But I did hear a lot of negative things about Redemption. I still have not. 100%. I'm not going to lie. I haven't seen it yet. I was busy. I couldn't get a chance to watch it, and I still haven't seen it yet. I will go back and watch it, but I still haven't yet. All I've seen on Twitter and on websites, review sites, and stuff like that, I've seen all good things. But on our Job Radio Discord, everyone absolutely shit on it and said it was a fucking terrible show.
See, I can say something from the Discord, not that I'm shitting on people, that's Lee's thing. But with the whole thing with the Discord, I saw this with Mania too. People were saying it's a bad show because of the booking decisions, and I mean, you can't go wrong when you say something like that. I understand that. But part of it is like, it's just not what you wanted, therefore it's bad. And I know that's a loaded thing when we talk about Daniel Bryan and stuff too, when Matt gets involved in it. Bummer, trust me. I know, but part of it is like, it might not be what you wanted, but if you're the minority, then it's kind of what was the right thing to do. And seeing stuff like the Pentagon, that's awesome. And the different things like, oh my God, that he shouldn't have won, it should be Aries. Yeah, but no, Pentagon's a good thing too.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I love Pentagon.
It's a weird situation where it's like, oh, the wrong guy won, it's a bad show. Well, no, you didn't like the ending. The match was good. Like, you got to go into that kind of attitude. And it sounds like I've seen the stuff in the Discord, and I'm sure I'm going to get attacked for this or whatever. But hey, opinions are opinions. Don't take it too seriously, guys. But if people can overreact and think that everything is trash because of one aspect, it's like, no, you just step back a little bit and kind of look at it. Cage destroying 5 fuckers was great. And should Steiner have won? No.
Another thing I saw,
but he did, and it was fun. So
yeah, another thing I saw a lot of people shitting on was they said there was way too many botches. Again, I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
were there a whole bunch of botches?
From what I saw, even on the Twitter stuff, yeah. Even Cage, so Cage, he did like this kind of somersault thing where he jumped onto the second rope to do a Vader bomb, and he completely slipped and fell on his ass.
Oh.
But in the same amount of time it said to say that, he literally sprung back up and did it proper. So they were like, oh my God, he's so fast, you can't capitalize on his mistakes. I'm like, that's good shit. That's good. Yeah. That's yeah. So it's how you deal with it. If you literally goof something up and fall over and then work your way back to do it again, you're dumb. But if you see guys like Edwards and Jeremiah Crane, or whatever from the Lucha versus Impact show, they knocked those chairs over and changed it up perfectly within that moment. So, like, if you can fix the botch, yeah, you fucked up, but they're thinking on their feet. It's live theater. Not everything goes perfect. So.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I really like Jim Cornette's way he looks at, like, botches and stuff, where he says he'll watch a lot of this stuff and everything's so perfect, everything's so smooth. He likes to see it rough and tough, and not everything's absolutely perfect from time to time. And I mean that I do agree. My style anyway.
I'll compare that to a movie. Think about the old lightsaber fights in Star Wars, how they were kind of very simple, like 2 broadswords, heavy hits, stuff like that. Then you get the prequels where it's so fast and fluid. It's like a dance choreography. Yeah. And it looks cool, but it doesn't look like a fight. When you kind of look at it from the side, it looks like they're going through this practiced motion. It's when you can break out of that and you end up with, like, you get guys like Brock or Braun or something where it's a little like, oh, he hit him a little rough and he went to the side. Like, yeah, it kind of keeps you in the suspension of disbelief. So, yeah, when they can work a botch in, it works well. Like when Cage, you can't capitalize on his mistakes. He's too fast. Oh, that's awesome! I've never heard that before.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's a good way to spin it. So,
yeah.
The one last thing I'll talk about with people like seeing negative stuff. Apparently the Impact's doing their tapings and whatnot, and I've already seen
right now. Yes.
Yeah, like right now, the past couple of days,
like all week.
Yeah, and people are already shitting all over, like, Impact stupid. I knew they were stupid, and like, look at these results and stuff. I'm like, man, like, I always, like everything I say on this show and everything, I will not shit on something unless I watch it. I will not.
Yeah.
I will not say something's bad unless I watch it. Now, if you watch it, like if you somehow watched it and said, you know what, it was bad, it was really bad, I would take your opinion because you watched it. Everybody on Discord was automatically shitting on it because, you know what, I read this text on this dirt sheet and saw that so title switch. I haven't seen the results myself, but I heard some titles switched. Now, and they said, oh, that's just stupid. TNA's stupid for doing that. And I'm like, well, when I watch it, and if it looks bad, I'll say it was bad. But at least watch it before you say it's bad. That's how I feel.
I'll agree on that, because when you're looking at it on Discord, or sorry, when you're reading it online,
yes,
and it might be 3 or 4 days after the event, that's going to be in like a month and a half after storytelling development on a TV show, which is what this is for. Yeah, the live crowd might be like, we saw this last night, now it's today. And like that's different for those guys, but you got to work with that.
Yeah.
But you literally can have some of these title changes happening, and we're not mentioning them for the sake of spoilers. So we're gonna be nice.
I haven't even seen them myself. So
I've read them, and I'm like, okay. Oh, okay, that one happened. Okay, that's kind of neat. But at the same time, that's like 3 weeks out. So people complaining, oh, we're not going to get to see this. No, you're going to get to see that for 3 weeks, or this for 4, or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and when you look at it on Discord. Okay, or I keep saying Discord. You got me saying that, but that's where I saw some of this stuff too.
That's where I see a lot of our stuff.
When you look at it where you see the results posted, it's like, oh, but that sucks, they changed it already. Yeah, but they literally haven't even aired the first one yet, and you're looking at it 3 days later. For you, it's so fresh. Yeah. When it airs, it's going to be like in a month. So it's hard for people to step back and view it like that, but granted, too, one of the spoilers had a title change, but a match later on had the title back on the first person. So maybe there's shenanigans and it didn't really change, and I don't know. So there's always behind-the-scenes stuff that you don't even see at the tapings. So it's just watch the show. And, like, yeah, if you see a movie trailer and you're like, that looks stupid, fair enough. You're like, I think that looks stupid, I'm not going to bother. But you can't rightly say it's a bad movie because you haven't seen it.
Yeah, true.
You can say it looks dumb, but you can't say it is.
Yep.
That's fair.
I'm the 100% same way with, like, pretty much everything, but movies, too. Like, I'm not going to shit on a movie unless I actually seen it. So.
And I guess it goes to there. You look at the results, you're like, these results suck. Yeah, you're reading a one-line description saying this person beat that person.
Yeah.
You didn't see the 10-minute match or the 15-minute match or the promos leading up to it or the weeks building toward it. You just saw the end. And that goes back to what I said about people talking about redemption. Oh, that person shouldn't have won. Yeah, but it was a cool match for those 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. And the thing with Impact is I'm pretty much into Impact right now. That's why I'm not going to read the spoilers, because I want to be surprised when I watch it.
What I really like, the promos they've said afterwards for the Impact that's tonight, that I think is airing, the cold open even talked about it. Like, they're even saying this freely, 100%. One fan at a time, Impact is getting its redemption. Like, they're literally saying, we know, things have been shit, we're trying to win you over. One fan at a time, it's all it takes. Like, that's kind of amazing to see a company do. To fully realize, yeah, we're changing things around, we're going to do this the right way. So... it doesn't like maybe they're not actually doing it, but it's still that is their public company mantra of the thing. So it's kind of cool. And here's a fun fact I want to mention: Pentagon Jr. is the first world champion of an American promotion that we don't know the name of. His real name is not public record.
Oh, really? That's cool. Yeah, I mean, that's awesome.
Blue Demon Jr., yes, he was the NWA world champion, but arguably that was territorial. Sure, you can say Pentagon is like its impact doesn't really count, but it does. And yeah, I don't know the last time this has happened.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty nuts.
Again, like, I haven't seen the spoilers, but I don't see him as champion very long because I don't know how.
Nope.
How long he's going to be an Impact. Yeah.
That's why I predicted him winning.
Yeah,
and that's why I was one of 3 people who did.
Yes, that was.
And my thing was even saying, like, well, I mean, Aries can just get it back. Yeah. They're going to tape for a week. He can easily get it back during that. So that's what I thought. Or someone else can. People are like, oh, Aries needs the belt. No, he doesn't need to keep it right now.
Yeah. Speaking of the belts, though, I did see the new Impact belts, dude. I do like them. I don't know. What are your thoughts on them?
I like them. The women's belt is kind of skinny, but that makes sense. I understand that. The tag titles are kind of skinny. That's weird. It looked odd seeing LAX hold them, and they're really, really thin. Mm-hmm. Not thin, but it's not like a wide circle. It's a really tall oval for the plate. Yeah, the X title is freaking cool.
That's my
And
favorite, yeah.
the world title is very nice. So they do look good. I like them.
My favorite part was the side plates on the X Division title are really cool. They're really, really unique and really big too.
And you know what? I'm not. I know people are probably gonna laugh at it, but I like the fact that they have the Anthem owl on it. It's just like they're all in. Not to use the Ring of Honor Cody Rhodes everything.
Yeah.
But it's just like they mean it. Like they are fully committed to this being a thing. This is our brand. This is what we're doing. So yeah, I'm all for it. It's cool.
Well, there we go. Hopefully we got some good Impact talk in for all you Impact fans. But I think we need to talk about the Superstar shakeup because we haven't talked about it yet since it happened. The last podcast we just talked about WrestleMania, the review of WrestleMania, and we had a lot of shit go down. First of all, I want your overall impressions. I know we do thumbs up, thumbs down for pay-per-views, but Superstar shakeup for Raw. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. What do you think about the Raw? Everybody they got and everybody they lost. How do you think the show fares now?
Well, it's weird to do it for one or the other because it almost feels like they traded so much
Yes.
that like more than half the roster went to the other. So it's like, okay, so SmackDown's on Raw now and Raw's on SmackDown, except Roman's there and AJ's there. They changed so much over. It doesn't feel as fresh as it should. Mm-hmm. I'm more excited about the new overalls, like the returns that came in. Those are really going to change things up because Bobby Roode came over and Dolph came over and McIntyre came up. That's neat. But like Roode and Ziggler, I've seen them fight. Jeff Hardy or Mahal came over. Well, I've seen them fight. It's a weird thing. Like they almost move too much. It feels like.
Yeah.
I am all for the U.S. title coming over then going back because I laughed so hard when I saw people online saying, "Oh, that means Seth is going over with the IC title." I'm like, no, let's move Jeff back with the U.S. title, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, I called that one. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was fun. I like that. But overall, I like what they did. It is fresh stuff, but honestly, I think they lost compared to SmackDown, kind of like last time because SmackDown got shit in the initial draft, but was pretty good in the Superstar shakeup. And this year, they're fucking great with the shakeup. Like they didn't need to move Joe over, but they did, and that's a loss for Raw, I think.
Yeah, it's a huge loss for Raw.
Yeah, he'll benefit over there. He would have been better on Raw with the Strowmans and the Romans, but I don't know. He's over there, but now I'm like, oh, he gets to fight all these guys. Holy crap, that's awesome. So
yeah, see the thing with the shakeup,
probably.
I think it's gonna work out in the end. Like it'll like a little bit down the road, it'll work out better. But initially, like right now, that's like destroying Backlash is gonna be such a shit show. As far as we got Reigns versus Joe, a Raw versus SmackDown guy, which is like this whole brand split. What's supposed to be against? I know the shows are now both they're co-branded now, but you got. What do we got? We got AJ versus Nakamura again, which is a normal SmackDown match. Which is
that's not even on Backlash yet. That's at the Rumble.
Well, I think it's on both, isn't it?
They haven't. It might be. It probably will be. That's the weird part because the Rumble's tomorrow.
Yes.
With like we kind. I know we want to talk about it separate, but the fact that we've got the Raw tag titles being fought over by guys now on SmackDown.
Yes. Both of these shows,
like
both the Rumble and
so
Backlash,
weird.
are like, so that automatically makes you think, well, why the fuck would the Bar even have a remote chance in hell?
But that's why I think they might, because they might do something stupid and have them go back or something at Backlash.
They fucking could.
I want the Raw tag titles on SmackDown for like 2 weeks. I want something dumb like that.
That would be a crazy story. That would be.
I don't want to jump around here, but I think that there's more changes happening because of that. I think that like Miz is going to win the IC title tomorrow, and it's going to come back to SmackDown, and that means that
the Mahal could even fucking win and
take that U.S. title back to Raw. Exactly. Yeah.
I know.
I honestly think it's going to happen. I think tomorrow that Rumble is going to be stupidly weird with all the changes because that show is a crazy, stupid, weird thing.
Yeah.
That I like, but it's so weird.
Yes.
But we keep jumping on the shakeup. I like that Big Cass is back. I'm not too thrilled on him, but he can do potential. I don't want to see him fight Bryan.
Oh, it's happening. It's already at Backlash. I know it is. It's at Backlash.
Everybody that wanted Bryan back did not think that Big Cass was a dream match.
That's hilarious.
0 people ever thought that, and that's what we're getting. I'm like, all right, fine, whatever.
And you guys might get mad at me now, but Bryan probably
He's gonna lose.
Call me crazy. I don't think he's gonna win. I don't think he's gonna win.
No. Cass is gonna win because
Yeah.
Brian's good at sympathy. He's gonna kick his head off.
Yep.
And that'll be enough to hurt him, quote unquote, to get the win.
Now, on the past SmackDown, when Big Cass attacked him and he like had his ice pack on his shoulder and everything for Daniel Bryan did, and he was talking.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, wait a minute. When you were GM and all that, or commissioner, whatever, co-general manager and everything, he was getting like I felt like he was at least tolerable talking. While he was getting interviewed, he sounded like a bag of dicks. He fucking didn't sound good. I was like, this is fake as shit.
I think he's weirdly amped up or weird about it. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
it's almost like when he couldn't do it, he was disinterested, and that was a better GM character.
Yeah,
in a
he
way.
came
But
off
now that
fake.
he's there and can do it, it's like, I don't know. I don't think he's found his groove yet for the promos.
Yeah,
He's not found that yet for that part of it. But
yeah, that sounded
I mean,
rough, but
he'll get back. It's fine for that.
as far as like my overall thoughts on the shakeup, I would give Raw a thumbs down and SmackDown a thumbs up. The reason I
Yep.
would give Raw a thumbs down is because they got so much from SmackDown that I know the show's 3 hours, but they got absolutely so much that there is not going to be nearly enough time for all these guys, even with the
No.
3-hour show. Even
And
with
they got a
3
lot of
hours.
crap. Like not to
yeah.
crap on guys, but it's
Filler.
like, oh my god, I'm trying to think of Mojo Rawley's on Raw. I'm like, okay.
Mojo, Zack Ryder. Unfortunately, when
Oh, Ryder just got hurt too.
yeah, he says he should be okay. Like it's not like
Yeah,
a tear,
no
or
tear.
anything. And-
Yeah, no surgery, so that's good.
But yeah, they got a lot of guys, and like I kept thinking of them. Like the more I thought about the shakeup, the more I was like, what the fuck is Raw gonna do? They don't have any room for all of these people.
And that's like I said, I feel like they moved over too much. Because
Yeah.
now it's like you just moved over the SmackDown mid-card and low-card. Like, well, I don't care about them over there. Why am I going to care about them here? And they're just going to fight each other anyway. What's the point? Why do you move so much?
It
Like,
sounds shitty, but I think
they
they're gonna
move
have to let guys go.
oh yeah, no, it's the time of year too. So
Yeah, because
the only reason I think they're not is because they need at least 50 dudes for the Rumble, which is supposed to have like, I mean, Khali's going to be in it. Mark Henry's wrestling in it. He said, like,
yeah,
there's so many guys. They're probably waiting until after that to cut people, which
Yeah,
is
they probably
also
will.
horrible. But you know, it's
No.
just the time of year.
I'm
so.
sure like even the wrestlers, they probably even if they know they're gonna get cut, like they'd still at least
Yeah.
probably want one last like big Rumble thing.
Exactly.
But yeah, because so many guys got swapped, and then on top of that, they called a bunch of people up.
oh yes, well, SmackDown got Sanity. No, not
Yeah.
including Nikki Cross, just the guys.
Yeah,
that's
that was
awesome.
dumb.
Eric Young, that's cool. I'm sad about Nikki, but
I
Eric
was
Young and those
super
guys,
sad
that's
about-
cool.
Yeah, I was super sad, not Nikki. Super
Yeah.
sad they left her down.
They got brought up.
They got Cian Almas.
Yes, that's the other one I was thinking of. That's a big one.
They got Absolution. I mean, that's not a call up, but they got a.
That's switch over. God, the Iconics came up.
Oh, by the way,
And-
no, I was not familiar with the Iconics. By the way, I haven't seen a lot of their stuff. I've seen
Yeah.
very little
They're
of their
alright.
stuff. I
They seem alright.
saw them come out. The first time I really saw them was when they came out talking to Charlotte, which was I
Yeah.
think the night after, or the night
Yeah,
of the shakeup. Anyway, whatever it was. Oh
It
my
was the
god!
night- the day after WrestleMania. Yeah,
I know you're gonna. I don't. You just said they're okay. I fucking hate them.
they're all right.
I can't stand them. Can't fucking stand them.
Oh, good. They're good heels then. No, I
No,
know you don't.
no,
like,
it's
no,
not
no,
like the
I
good
know,
heel.
I know.
They're the ones like because I was in chat watching the show. On it was a voice chat because everybody on Discord was talking while we were watching SmackDown, and they came out and I'm like, oh, this is bad. They're like, oh, good, they're good heels. They're making you hate them. I was like, no, I just like turned away and stopped watching. That's like not the heels.
No,
you
they're
wanna
not.
see.
They're not great.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all right, but it's not like I don't think they were ready yet. Is what it is. Like
I
they
don't
should have
know.
had more time in NXT to really get that presence because
I know some people
they've kind
really
of already
like
gotten their asses handed to them, and it's like, okay, well, you're not making an impact at all, like
Yeah, Charlotte.
Riot Squad or Absolution did. You're just kind of like, oh, we're two girls, but we're getting beat up. You really probably should have rethought that. Is kind of what it feels like. So
Yeah, and speaking of shit with the shakeup, like they had Absolution and the Riot Squad, who were mirrors of each other, that came up at the same time on the same week, and then hey, shakeup time. Guess what? Let's just swap them. Let's just swap them.
Yeah.
Let's just trade them off. At least break one of them off. Do something. I don't know. It just seemed really fucking.
yeah,
They just it's frustrating. Like watching. It seems like cookie cutter shit that they just like. Oh, we don't know what to do, so let's just swap them.
honestly, the things I'm excited for, I like Joe being on SmackDown because the rumor is it's to have him away from Reigns so that he can kind of run the roost over there as that kind of guy. I'm like, Joe versus Bryan, Joe versus AJ, Joe versus Nakamura, or Joe with Nakamura. I don't care. Joe versus everybody, that's awesome. I'm cool for that. Cesaro and Sheamus on Raw, that's fresh. Get them in that. There's a good tag title scene over on SmackDown. At least there's teams who care. That'll be fun. I want to see them in the Bludgeon Brothers. That'd be awesome. Let's go with those guys. That's cool. Over on Raw, all right, here's Baron Corbin. I don't give a crap.
Yep.
Baron, what's Baron going to do? He's not ever managed to really pull the trigger and like, no one's at my level. Yeah, no one's down there. You've won the U.S. title and kind of farted it away. You haven't really proven that you're the man yet. So I hate when a character has that gimmick but doesn't ever pull it off. Like The Miz is like, I'm an A-lister. Well, no, you're not really. Like, you're a delusional A-lister. He is legit in movies. He is legit at premieres. He is legit in these things. Yeah, but he's legit in them. He's accurate about it. And does he get to these parties? Sure he does. People Magazine has all these things. It's like, oh yeah, he's like the wrestler does it. Not because he's a movie star, but he can just amp it up and he's the movie. It's believable. But when you see other guys like, oh, I'm this big movie star. No, you're really not. And we know you're not. So the character makes zero sense. You're dumb. That's what Baron Corbin comes off as on Raw for me. It's like, no one's at my level. Yeah, well, I mean, Zach's over there, but he's hurt. It just seems like you're nothing. And they're going to have him come out there and do nothing different. And it kind of sucks. So, I don't know. It's
because...
Oh, and Jeff Hardy's on SmackDown, and it's just more interesting on SmackDown right now.
The one sad part is I was really ready for Bobby Lashley to come up, or to come back. And he came back on the Raw after WrestleMania. He got a decent reaction. He came out and beat the shit out of Elias. But the next night, he's not getting like much of a reaction at all, which is terrible. But he got into I think it was a 6-man match or an 8-man match. I think to finish the show on Raw. And when he got into the ring, he fucking exploded and looked like $1,000,000. And the crowd was like not going with it. I was like in shock.
It's weird. I don't understand.
He looks so good. He looks so good out there. He
is good guy, asshole Lashley. Because in TNA, when he was a good guy, he was like a Brock Lesnar type. Yeah. Not the dominant destroy you, but the I'm a better athlete, try and beat me kind. It was awesome. Then when he became a bad guy, no fucks Lashley was amazing. Yep. So he's back to being super good guy Lashley, and it's awesome. Why doesn't the audience care? Like, they like him when he comes out, but that's about it. He's so good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They'll find a groove when they see him consistently do it. That's what the audience likes. Like to spin it back to Bryan. When someone's this consistently good like that, like Punk or Bryan, they really gravitate and latch onto it. And like, yeah, we like this. We want more of this. I think that'll happen with Lashley because the crowd not being behind him, the crowd not being behind him initially, is going to make it almost like a Ryback where the office doesn't think it's worth it. And then the crowd's gonna be like, no, he's good. We like him. Like, give him something. And it'll balance out. And it'll be interesting.
I hope so.
I'm glad he's back. His theme song's cool. He looks happy, excited. And that suplex on Elias was great.
Yeah.
And he obliterated those guys in that match. Oh, it was awesome.
The other thing the shakeup thing that I think is going to really hurt, and it's not so much the shakeup as much as just the co-branded shit that we talked about before. With all these guys, now that I see how many people are around right now, dude, those pay-per-views are going to leave off so many people. Like, I'm not talking just like who cares? Like, Ryder has been like missing shows as it is, or Mojo Rawley's been missing shows as it is. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking like mid-card to mid-upper card people that are going to be left off these shows. Because there's just not enough room. You're going to have 8 to 9 matches. And
don't forget, there's still rumors of a Cruiserweight tag title. There's rumors of a women's tag title, or 2 of them, because you got 2 women's brands. Like, there's still talk of that. And I think a big problem with some of the stuff now is don't have 7-hour shows. Don't have 5-hour shows. People like wrestling, they want to see it, but they're not going to be in it for 5 hours. And I'm not saying that too much is too much, because I enjoy it, yes. But I think the burnout is legit. It gets to be a point when it's like, you only want to see the things that matter. So when it's like, we're going to do this, we're going to do a show tomorrow in Saudi Arabia with 7 title matches and a 50-man Royal Rumble. Also, John Cena versus Triple H. Yeah, well, why though? Why is that one? Why is that there?
And then a casket match.
It's a big name match. Oh, and a casket match. Why are you doing all these matches?
Yeah, man.
You don't need all that.
Yeah,
Stop!
and we might as well just transition over into the Greatest Royal Rumble because like WrestleMania was completely exhausting, and as for me, as we already discussed, we won't get into it here, but I didn't really enjoy it. So now to follow that up, the very next like big show is going to be another massive show. It's
and
like
this
dear
is not,
Lord, dear Lord.
This is not like people. I know we talked about it in the Discord a bunch because we're trying to figure out how this fits on the JRPL. Like, is it a house show? Is it a pay-per-view? What is it?
Yeah.
And we talked about it a bit. I was like, no, this is more than just a network special, but it's not quite a pay-per-view, is what I was saying originally.
Yeah.
This is a goddamn full-blown pay-per-view.
This is
they
insane.
They have not only said it, they even have a thing on their Facebook right now saying, Undertaker has 100 pay-per-view matches. Will he get his 101st? Sorry, pay-per-view wins. Will he get his 101st win against Rusev? I'm like, there you go. It's a goddamn pay-per-view.
Yep.
It's not a network special. It's not like the Roadblock from Toronto. It is not like the Beast in the East thing. It's not even Starrcade. It's not these. It is a supercard, sure, but this is a goddamn WrestleMania. They've been building this stage for a week. It's a sold-out stadium. It's nuts. It is a fully actual pay-per-view. And it's happening before Backlash.
Speaking of nuts, this is totally unrelated, but I'm looking at this weird thing in my living room right now on the wall. It's a weird bug it's not like a water bug or a roach or anything. It's a very long thing with really crazy long legs, like a lot of legs on the sides.
Are you saying you got to go handle a thing? Or
I'm saying it's like freaking. I'm like can't take my eyes off of it.
You might have to go handle a thing. That's what I'm hearing.
I'm good. If you hear me scream, that's what happened. But I'm good right now.
Okay.
I'm just keeping my eyes on
no,
it. It's walking on the ceiling.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah.
This Rumble is... I mean, they've not only announced... They've announced names like Great Khali, Shane McMahon.
I know, right?
Mark Henry, Rey Mysterio, Chris Jericho. He even said he'd rather be a surprise. But there's going to be 50 guys. And I was doing the math on this. This is going to be their longest match ever. Because I saw someone post history. It used to be a San Martino match, which was like 80-something minutes back in forever ago.
That was longer than the Gauntlet match?
Well, no. The Gauntlet match is what broke that.
Okay.
That was like an hour and 30.
Yeah.
By the fact that there's 50 guys at, I think, 2-minute intervals, it's going to be something like 90 minutes just to get everybody out. Oof. And then however long the match goes from there. This could be the longest WWE match ever. Also, it's going to be, I mean, guaranteed the first one without women in a long time. That's the country. And they've come under flack for, like, why would you go to a country that doesn't want to have women in it? Like, it's your women's revolution. And Triple H is pretty good about it.
I'm here.
Was that the bug?
Yeah, I heard a little sound, and I look up, and it's not up there.
Ah.
All right, here. Okay, you talk. I'll be back. I'm gonna go get a shoe.
Okay, so okay, good. You could do that. So the women's thing, the women's revolution, and all this stuff that Stephanie McMahon created women. Yeah, okay. So the fact that the women aren't in it makes sense. Oh God, Bomber's like you're hearing in the background. We might lose Bomber. Hopefully, this is archived. This is the last we hear of him ever. Long live Bomber, rest in peace. But the women's thing, I kind of want to listen to this now.
Oh my God, where is it?
This is staying in, Bomber. You're not editing this out. The fact that they're going, they even said that it's the country that has rules against women and governs against it. They have made headroads in the United Arab Emirates because they had no women, then they did, and they had to wear certain outfits, and it was fine. But they're working on inroads. They've said in their talks with the Saudi people in the government that they have discussed having women the next time and this time and how that's going to work. So they are addressing it. And they even said, just because that your nationality doesn't agree with theirs doesn't mean you don't go and you try to force it on them. That's their way of life. That's how it is. You can't come in there and just force them to do it. If they tried to have a show over here a certain way, we'd be like, no, you can't do that here. These are our rules. So it makes sense, even if you don't agree with their laws, which I don't personally, but that's just how it is. What I think is happening, Waller said this, is that they're probably going to have a big payday for the women for sitting at home, but I think they missed out on having a women's only show. But anyway, Bomber, are you back?
Oh, what the fuck?
Bomber, are you alive?
Hello.
Hey, so I've been talking for a bit. You alive over there? I heard some screams and battle happened, and I thought you were gone forever.
I don't know where it's at. I hit it like 3 times. It like got really small. It died, I think. Whew, I'm out of breath.
So
Then I hit it again, and I don't know where it's at. I don't see it anywhere.
is it on your shoe?
No. Not
Okay.
on. No, I should
right.
probably move my shoe. Hold on.
Yeah, it's going to be in your shoe now if you're careful.
Don't be putting that on me.
You got to clear that shit out.
Okay.
Got to.
Anyway, where were you at? Where'd you leave off?
Well, I was pretty much just talking about how like they've been called out for going to a country that's anti-women, and talked
Yes.
about how they were at the United Arab Emirates and they made inroads there by having no women. Now they did. Bliss and Banks had it, but they were like fully covered head to toe, or like neck to toe. But they talked about that. They actually, Triple H said they had talks with the Saudi people to have women on this show, and maybe next time or stuff like that. They are working that out. They understand. And all I really said was, if the Saudi wrestling promotion came here and said, "This is how we're going to do our show," we'd be like, "No, these are our rules in our country. You got to do it our way." That's the same here. Like, I don't agree with their things, but you got to respect it because that's how their way of life is. And it is being changed. It is going through an upheaval, and it's whatever it is what it is. But you need to be respectful of it to a certain extent. You can't just have the American company going, "This is how we do it. Fuck you." No, that's not good either. So
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's not like they're going out there and like torturing women or anything. They're just not allowed to compete. And I mean, I read the little thing where I read Triple H's quote where he was talking about, it's their culture and stuff, and this is how it's going to be, and we try to get there, and hopefully we'll get there in the coming years where we can have women compete. And then I also saw in the response or whatever that women are allowed to attend the shows, but only if they're accompanied by a guardian.
Yeah, so here's how the seating works.
Man.
You can get into the bachelor section, which is men only, and then there is the family section, which is literally men and women.
No kids, though, huh?
But one guy had a ticket and it got moved because of the seating, and his seat got moved into the family section, which he's not allowed to go to because he's a single guy going in there, not a family. So that got worked out. But that's literally how this stuff works. It's weird.
That is weird.
What I heard was Lawler was talking about how there's probably going to be a big payday for the women just sitting home doing nothing because of this. For like, we're sorry, we can't make it. Here you go. I think they missed out an opportunity on having a women's only show.
Sure, like some house shows or something like that.
Do something in the States. It's a women only show, and that could have been a cool thing too. Like, they could have easily done it. There's enough women now to do like a 3-hour show, just the women. And they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll show you." Could you imagine how good that show could have been?
Yeah,
by how amped up they would have been to prove themselves to have literally a women's only show, which, if I'm correct, WWE has never ever done. That would have been a neat possibility. It will happen, absolutely. But I think they missed out on that. I think they really could have done that. Because why pay them to do nothing? How about you have a show and do it? Like, it could have been neat, but
Yep. So what else were we talking about? Did we talk about the Undertaker match yet?
We didn't talk about the matches at all yet.
I guess
we talked about
yeah.
why some of it's happening. I mean, some of the title possibilities and things. I think it's a fascinating card. It's a super card like in the 70s and 80s. It really is, but with a WrestleMania stage on a global scale from the desert. Like, it's such...
Have you seen the pictures that leaked out?
No, I saw some when they were building it last. Yeah. Some people were saying that the stage, those designs got leaked before WrestleMania. People thought it was the WrestleMania stage. They're like, "Oh, that's what it's for."
Wait, they had
that's
set up that long?
No, the designs.
Oh.
Yeah, people. This is how long this has been planned.
Well, I saw like a picture leak out with Randy Orton's like Titantron or whatever, and all that, and it looked like awesome. The arena looked.
It looks amazing. Yeah. I am excited for the show. I love when things like this happen. You know me. I love when history is like changed and things like that happen. We're gonna have the Raw tag titles with a new owner in Saudi Arabia, guaranteed. First time there's been a title change in this part of the world for WWE. Even there will be other titles changing. I can't see that not happening.
Yeah.
They are literally making this be a big deal. Like, it's a 50-man Rumble, for crying out loud. There's no reason they wouldn't do this unless they wanted to make an impact and have it be this lasting thing forever. So they're not going to hold back, which, again, why? That's the part that gets me. Like, this is such a crazy balls-out thing to do. And I say this every time they launch something. When they launched the network, they had Sheamus lose to Rusev for the UFC title. When they launched 205 Live, they had a title change. When they launched Main Event, they had a title change. When they do this stuff starting, they go nuts. This is going to be some epic, everything is all different. This is not a normal house show. This is not a network special. This is a pay-per-view like nothing is seen. And that's not hyperbole. It legitimately is the weirdest event I can think of, and I've been watching this stuff for 30 years. This is so weird.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's run through some of the matches real quick. We won't go into full breakdown detail on all the matches, but we'll go over some of them here. First of all, if you're listening and you haven't already signed up for the JRPL, that's a Jobber Radio Prediction League, go to jobberradio.com, sign up. It says join the Prediction League right at the top of the website there. Click that, put your name, pick a little pick base, pick any wrestler you want there, and sign up and post your predictions for the Greatest Royal Rumble, and you'll be added to our show. So
now, you've got till 11 Eastern, I believe, for tomorrow because it's a noon start time.
It's actually 10 because
it's 10? Oh,
11 is the pre-show, yeah.
Okay.
So Eastern
and also,
time 10, yeah, AM.
You're not going to be in the Rumble. The draw already happened. I'm not in it. I somehow didn't make the 50 cut.
You'll make it. I guarantee you somebody's not.
Oh, there's going to be like 8 no-shows at least. So
as of this recording, we're doing this on Thursday night. Oh, I closed down the website. We were only up to 28, which is I know it's a low number because we last show we had over 60 people show up. So
yeah, but dude, we got 12 hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is as expected. I already expected some people to miss the deadline because of a Friday afternoon start time. So we'll see who all gets in there. If you guys are listening to this, because this podcast is being released super early on Friday. This comes out before the show. This is being released at 4 a.m. on Friday. So if you're listening now and the show hasn't started yet, get your fucking picks in, okay?
You never know. If enough people no show, you might make it in.
Yeah, you might make it in.
You legit might, actually, when I think about it. If we only have 28, that's
28 before we start recording, yeah.
And my picks are in, so I might make it.
Yeah, I haven't put my picks
in. But no,
it's
fun stuff. I'm winning a lot, and yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so anyway, that's the JRPL plug there, so make sure you go join if you haven't already. But, let's go. I think let's just start with the Universal title match. Let's talk about that. Do you see Brock Lesnar retaining here? What are the odds? We talking 50-50? You think he's got a much better chance?
I legit think it's 50-50 because all the backstage stuff apparently that he's angry and upset might have been just stuff, might have been legit, might have not been. I kind of like not knowing. The uncertainty is good, especially considering how much we've talked about the past 3 years with Roman and Brock. Now that Roman didn't win, I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe they were just holding it for this. I don't know. But I like the uncertainty. It's refreshing for me on this match. I'm actually intrigued. And it's a cage match, which is always the thing about, it's Brock Lesnar in a cage, UFC, let's go. I like it. I'm way more interested in this match than I was last time because, is it Roman wins now? Or does he? And now that's a legit thing, not just people going, no, of course not. He might.
On one hand, you've been hearing all the rumors and everything about Roman Reigns. Vince made the audible to make him lose at WrestleMania because the crowd was shitting on him. So he's going to win in Saudi Arabia. So everybody will cheer him because that's and Vince wants that moment where Reigns wins and everybody's cheering. I've heard that crap. It's possible. It's obviously it's possible, but I don't know. I'm not 100% buying that. I think the Lesnar stuff. Lesnar, as much as everybody hates him, he's still a big draw. He looks great with the title. He is a big name. I think Vince would like to keep the title on him because on the other side of things with with Lesnar, he's approaching the CM Punk title reign.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people are saying Vince is going to want him to keep that title because obviously he's not a big Punk fan.
Yeah, they operate that way. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing they did with what are they called? Not LOD, obviously.
Well, they did it with one of the Bellas to beat
Smash.
AJ.
Yeah.
They did it with the New Day to beat Demolition.
Demolition, there you go. Demolition,
they do that. So
they're saying, a lot of people are saying on the other side, hey, they might keep it on Lesnar just to snub out CM Punk's title reign and beat his title reign, which is possible.
Imagine if he has it for 7 more years and beats Bruno.
That won't happen. But
by the way, Bruno Sammartino died. We hadn't mentioned that. That is a major, the world literally stopped for that for a bit. Like all the Pittsburgh teams stopped, mentioned it. MSG mentioned it. It was kind of like, It's like if Hogan or Flair, but he was before our time, so like you can see like that's one of those guys.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Oh no, not Bruno." He was 85 though. Oh, okay. It's kind of like it's not that it's still tragic because he seemed like he was in good health up until last year. It's like he would live forever, but it's not like he died of an overdose at 49. He was 80 something years old and made peace and was loved by everyone. I mean, I don't want to say it's a happy ending, but it kind of is when you consider what it is. It still sucks because I mean he could have lived to 100 for all we know, but
Yeah.
he was an absolute monster legend. So
And he looked like, even in an old age, he's still like, the stuff I've seen him in pictures, I've seen him, he looked good. But, I mean, I don't know how old. I mean, he was old in those pictures. It was after his Hall of Fame ceremony and everything, which was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. What it really made me want to do is watch some kind of, I don't think WWE has a straight Bruno documentary out, but I would love to watch a Bruno.
They did.
Like, is it actually a documentary?
It's an hour-long one they put on after Raw.
Okay.
They've got footage of Vince's dad talking about him and shit.
Well, there we go. See, I need to go.
No, it's apparently really goddamn good. I just read some stuff about it. I don't have the network. But it's apparently, like, fantastic, and they hope that over time they'll do another one. They have been working on an actual feature-length movie about his life as well, like a theatrical release for Bruno. Like, fully acted and everything. Like, that's happening, too, so.
Well, I need to go check that out, because that really, watching that made, or hearing about all this stuff made me want to go back and revisit stuff that I never really got to see, but I've only heard about, and that he was one of the greatest champions of all time. But yeah, that's
there would be no WWE without Bruno. Yeah. And they're saying that, and I don't think that's crazy talk. I legit think that's true.
Yeah.
It would have been just another territory. Yeah. Because Bruno made it exist, then Hogan brought it to the TV well beyond that, and you go from there. But yeah. So yeah, that tangented us from the Rumble. But
you're good. Yeah, no, I completely forgot about that, because since we only do this bi-weekly now, again, it
just happened.
It slipped out of my mind. Yeah.
And Bomber, no one had him in the death pool, right?
No, nobody had Bruno.
I know on Discord they started a death pool like the night before.
Yeah,
and the warden, shout out, he picked it and is like, well, do we keep picking a death pool because it's already over?
Yeah,
so they're doing their thing. But yeah, no one in ours had it yet, so it's still fair game.
Yeah, nobody had it in ours yet, so ours continues.
But anyway, back to Lesnar. I think you're right. He is going to beat the Punk reign.
So you think? So you're going Lesnar here?
I think he might. I really, I think it's all designed to make you think he won't, but then every now and then you got to tell the story of the good guy winning, and I think the crowd there is going to like Reigns. Simply because it's almost like how Impact had their India tapings, where it's like the good guys come here, the bad guys are from there. So you cheer these guys and boo these guys, and they did. So like, oh, cheer this guy. Okay, it's not like they don't know who he is, but it's going to be like, no, here's the good guy. Yeah, we like this guy. Yeah. I think it's going to be just a natural, good old fashioned yay cheer. Because if there are any people who flew across the world to see this show, they're not going to be enough of them to be vocal enough to get the boos for Roman happening.
Yeah.
But can you imagine if it still happens?
No, I don't think it'll happen.
I don't think it will.
It's funny because I watched some like videotapes, not videotapes, but like video clips on Twitter and stuff of house shows, and Roman gets so many cheers. I'm blown away. Like,
TV crowds love to boo him. That's the problem.
Blown away. Like, you still think that he would get boos just even though cameras aren't rolling.
People
are going nuts when he comes out. Like, cheering.
The guy they like is in their town. That's legit.
It's insane.
But people who go to TV, I'm going to boo him like everyone on TV does.
It's so... it drives me nuts. But anyway.
Yeah, if anything, I think that they might be able to break these shackles and actually get this turned around for people actually cheer for him. And from what I heard on Raw, it was starting to happen because during your little live stream talking about it, people were starting to cheer because Heyman was working his ass off to get him to cheer Roman. And if anybody can do it, he can. So...
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see. I still think it's going to be a victory probably for Reigns, like happy ending. I would not be surprised.
Oh yeah, this is totally coin toss for me. But I'm like I can see either one. I do. I like that as well. But I think I'm leaning more towards Reigns. For low confidence points in a JRPL world. I'm not picking a lot of points on that, but I'm thinking Reigns there. AJ Nakamura, I originally picked Nakamura to win at WrestleMania because I just felt like it was time. He won the Royal Rumble. It was fitting. Everything was like seemed to align. He didn't win, which I was still okay with, but I didn't, obviously, as we said, I didn't like the match. But the low blow after the match, Nakamura they have breathed new life into Nakamura with this heel turn, and I do not think he's going to win at the Greatest Royal Rumble. I'll say that right now. I don't think he's going to win here coming up. I think AJ is still going to retain, and I think they will have the rematch at Backlash, which I thought they already had it. I guess they didn't announce it yet. I thought they did. That's my bad. But I don't think they did. I think they will have that, and I can see Nakamura winning that match.
I agree. I think AJ is going to retain. I love heel Nakamura. He looks like a psychopath, and it's great. Because he keeps doing his stuff, but he's got this weird look in his eyes, like, I'm going to fuck you up. When he low-blowed AJ, and he's looking at Brian like, yeah, that was messed up. I love it. And his new theme song is crazy good. It's just the same theme song, but with some rock guitars and this crazy Japanese guy singing angrily. It's awesome. I love it. Everything about it is good. Now, you think normally the whole point of that, why would he do that if he wasn't going to win? Well, he's not going to win yet. I think he's going to keep going and just be like, no, I'm going to low blow everything.
Yeah, I guarantee
the low blow is fantastic.
Yeah, he's probably going to lose by DQ, I think, by low blow on AJ. AJ will win via DQ, I think. That's my guess.
And that's going to be the story, because that's going to be the matter of attrition, because eventually he's going to be able, this is just a long-term plan to beat him down to take it. He'll go for a low blow, it won't happen, and he'll Kinshasa him.
Yeah,
that's how it's going to happen eventually. I think he's smart enough. That's a cool enough thing. It probably wouldn't happen that way, but you know what I mean. This is all a plan to make sure AJ has no fifth child and get the title.
The most low blows.
He fireman's carried him out of a low blow one time. It was great, glorious. It was amazing.
Talk about bringing back the low blow. There haven't been a lot of low blows lately. I'm glad to see it come back big time.
And what's weird is it can be real dangerous. That's kind of what killed Rick Rude, because he got low blowed and it injured his testicles and it led to cancer.
God. I did not know that. I did not know he died from a low blow. Holy fuck!
Yeah, no, it's just because it was to the side a bit, and fuck. They put two and two together and went, oh shit. It was an accident, pure and simple. But it's it's not just as simple of just throw your arm up and you're good. No, you got to actually not do it and yet do it. Wow. So,
yeah. Other stuff. Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, The Miz, and Samoa Joe. Sorry. Again, this is kind of a weird match now that the brand split happened, because you got two SmackDown guys, Miz and Samoa Joe, going against two Raw guys, Balor and Rollins. So, I guess they can play into the story of, hey, are Miz and Joe going to take the title back to SmackDown? It's in a ladder match, by the way. But can they take the title back to SmackDown or over to SmackDown? Or can Rollins and Balor keep it on Raw? Me personally, I think I'm leaning towards Seth Rollins keeping it on Raw. As we talked about earlier, I can see Miz or Joe winning the title and taking it fucking back to SmackDown. And then that means later on in the night, Mahal would probably beat Jeff Hardy and have the titles fucking swap again back to back. I can see that. If one happens, the other will. So.
Yeah, because they're gonna. Or the crazy part is they probably still could have another match at Backlash to move them back.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, I agree. I think that's what's gonna happen, simply because I like Mahal as U.S. champ, and that's good.
Oh, you think they're gonna switch?
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
I think they're gonna switch, because I mean, having Miz on the brand without the IC title is just kind of tragic right now, because he's 2 months out from that record, and all that talk, and to not even have it possible. No, I think he's gonna get it. I think he'll have it back.
It's interesting, because he has to do something, because he's not going to go straight into the program with Bryan, because Bryan's with Cass right now. So Miz is going to have to do something. It might. Yeah,
I see that happening. I mean, having Bryan and Miz for the IC title is not a bad thing either. But it doesn't need it. We've said that before. But honestly, Rollins really should just keep it. But I think Miz is going to win it. But Rollins really should keep it, because he's a good IC champ. He's all his talk about being the workhorse title champion and stuff. I'm like, that's good to keep too. I like the fact that the IC title has basically been held by main eventers for the past while.
Yeah,
the last few guys, Roman,
because the Universal title's not there.
Yeah, well, no, but true. But it's made it good. Miz has said what he said about making it matter, but he's only lost to the guys like Roman and Rollins. Well, they're world champion main eventers.
And Ambrose.
This is good prep. You're right. And Ambrose.
Was it Ambrose?
No, him too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was. You're right. Yeah.
And Ambrose. And Owens is how far back you have to go to really, but they're all main eventers. It's all good. So
yeah.
I like it. It's fine, and I would like it to go with Miz more, but really Rollins should keep it. But maybe Joe wins. Maybe Balor. It's good. These are good problems to have.
Yeah, no, it should be
and a ladder match. That's going to be a good match.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna side with Rollins on this one, just playing it safe, I think. But it would definitely be interesting to see the titles swap back. Me personally, I won't like it because Rollins just won the goddamn title, and the titles overall, not just that title, but the titles overall have been getting hot potatoed around so goddamn much.
Well, that's part of the swap. They got to make you watch, make you see what's going on. Yeah. They got to have that U.S. title come over and then go right back. And then go back again. Yeah,
so there you go. That pretty much goes.
I like it, but I don't. It's like I could see it coming a mile away. Like it's tried and tiresome at this point now. It's like it doesn't have the same impact, so it shouldn't be happening.
But unfortunately, it's to the point. It's getting to the point. It feels where it's so like, hey, that's unpredictable that it's becoming predictable. Like to happen.
It is.
Yeah.
I still enjoy it. I'm like, that's kind of neat. It's over here now. Oh, it's okay. It's over here, and that's kind of cool. Yeah. But that's not the reaction I know they want. So, but yeah, no, we can talk about the U.S. title right there. Yeah. Jeff Hardy versus Jinder Mahal does not sound like a good match.
That's random
at all.
I mean, I thought their match was decent on Raw. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah.
But it
sounds random as shit, though. Yes,
it is. I mean, it's his return title match. That's fine. But, okay, so that's an interesting match, but I really think he's going to get it back, and then he's going to defend it against Randy at Backlash. Because Randy has the title match at Backlash. He's got whoever the champ is. And right now it's Jeff, which, that's fine. Jeff and Randy's good. That's Randy. A good feud. Jeff versus Randy is good if Jeff retains. I'm okay with that. Jinder versus Randy? No, we saw that for 3 months last year. It sucked. So we'll see how that goes.
I do like Jinder's story where he went up to Angle and he was like, "I demand to be traded back to SmackDown." Like that was like good shit. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, he's like, "I don't want to be here."
Yeah,
he's dumb.
He's like, "I come over. Yeah, no, fuck this. I want to go back to SmackDown." That was great. But speaking of that, we got guys who went to fucking SmackDown. The Bar versus Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. I feel like we probably shouldn't spend too much time on this match, mainly because. Well, I guess maybe not. I mean, there's a goddamn chance. There's a goddamn chance the Bar wins.
This goes back to what I said about too much changing. They really shouldn't have moved the Bar over. They shouldn't. That's like, well, you're moving everything. Don't move all of it over to SmackDown. Leave some behind.
Well, when you lose to a fucking kid, you got to get rid of their ass.
Hey, I saw they posted that there's a new shirt. It's Raw Tag Team Champions, Braun Strowman, and Little Kid Nicholas. You can buy the shirt right now on Shop. It's available. But the whole thing with it, I get it with the kid. I get losing. You got to be moved over. Okay, fine. But it just seemed like, they're moved too? What are you leaving behind? Oh, okay, Roman and Seth and Finn. Anybody else? Brock, okay. Anybody else? No, that's it? Okay. Like, they move too much. The Bar made me feel like they're moving the entire undercard when they shouldn't have moved them. And yet, however, I am thrilled with them on SmackDown. I said it already. Them being over there is cool. And it makes it weird. Like, are they gonna could they win the Raw tag titles and move it? Honestly, my JRPL picks, and I think it's Matt and Bray. Because the acquisition of Gold, Matt's never had problems with that, so he's gonna get the titles. That's why I think that. But if it wasn't them, I legit think that the Bar would win the Raw tag titles, take them to SmackDown, and be like, screw you, but then lose them back at Backlash.
Yeah.
That seems like something they would do just to have it, because the ECW title was exclusive to Raw for a while, a week. They've done this before. I can see it happening, but it really shouldn't.
You know what's interesting? I have to go back and look and see if Matt has ever won a tag team title with someone besides Jeff. I mean,
he has.
I feel like he probably did with what is it? Fucking Shane? Not Shane.
Nope.
The little dude, the spike hair guy, the fucking Mohawk dude. God damn it! Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's their buddy. Shannon Moore. I feel like he probably did with him when he wasn't he his little MFer? No,
he was, but he didn't with him. He won it with MVP.
Okay, moving on. Here we go. Fucking MVP. Anyway, moving on. SmackDown Tag Team titles: Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos. I love the Usos. I still love the Usos. But no, they gotta keep the goddamn titles in the Bludgeon Brothers for a little while. Yeah. They just won them. You gotta give them some room here.
They can't change all the titles, so that one's gonna stay.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good. Hopefully longer than 5 minutes, so it'll be a fun match. I've grown to like the Bludgeon Brothers. They're this
Sure.
fun.
Yeah.
They're cool. I love Luke Harper's mask too. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've always liked them as a team, but yeah, this should be a good match if they give them time. But again, of all the goddamn matches on the show, that might be the one where like, all right, just make it another fucking 5-minute match for Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that should be a no-brainer. Moving on, the Cruiserweight title match. I feel this is also a no-brainer. Cedric Alexander defended against Kalisto. First of all, I'm kind of shocked that Kalisto earned the opportunity to get this title match. I thought it was going to be a rematch with Mustafa Ali, but
That's why I picked Ali to win it in the first place. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked here.
yeah, I don't know.
Kalisto's going to be a good guy to help Alexander's initial reign be good.
Yeah.
That's simple as that. That's a good thing. He's a good guy for it, but he's not winning the title.
Yeah, again, both guys should put on a good match depending on how much time they get, but Alexander should not lose when you think of it.
No.
Should not lose, no.
There's no reason for him to lose.
No.
Other than, shocking title change. There's going to be some of those already, so it's
Yeah,
fine.
especially that I don't think they'd give it to Kalisto for the shocking title change, but
No.
okay. Here's one that I can see a little bit harder to pick between a winner. It's John Cena versus Triple H. This, to me, the reason why I feel this is kind of harder is because there's no story behind it. It's just a showcase match. These guys do have history. They've beat each other before on big shows, even at WrestleMania. I think Cena beat Triple H. I think he made him tap out, if I remember correctly.
Oh, well, Cena retained the title back at Mania 22.
Yeah, 22.
Over Triple H. Yeah, he tapped him out.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I think he tapped him out
but,
the STF.
But
yeah.
then they've had a few other matches, like Triple Threat with Orton and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
and he's retained. They've had plenty of matches against each other. But this is still kind of a big deal match, and it's weird because there's literally no build.
Yep.
Neither of them have even been on TV since Mania.
Yeah, this is a showcase match. That's what made it feel really random, so it's kind of hard to pick a winner.
It's another fascinating one, though. There's literally, they've said this is a match between people who have held the world title 30 times.
Yes, it's true.
And I tried to think of others. Okay, well, what about Flair and Hogan? No, that's like 28. So,
Yeah.
no, there's literally, this is probably the biggest pedigree of world title no pun intended, of world title holders in a match, and they've literally not been there. But it's just a match for the crowd, which that's why I love this show. It's weirdly fascinating. Like, that's kind of cool.
So who
I
do
like
you take
that.
a shot at? Who do you think's the
I put Triple H. No, I put Cena on my picks.
I think I'm going Cena.
Simply because Triple H, he'll lose to anybody now. It's amazing. But I think it's because, let the good guy win. There's going to be enough others, let the good guy win.
The way I kind of look at it, Cena's been losing a fuck ton lately. In this match, it's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt either guy, first of all. There's not like, oh, this is going to damage so-and-so. No. Either guy is going to look like $1 million. I think no matter what, their careers, nobody's getting hurt anywhere. It's just going to be, I think it's going to be a fun match, and the weird thing is, I'm really looking forward to this. This might be something that you wouldn't hear somebody say, oh, I got to see that match. I want to see that match. I'm really looking forward to this match. One of the top ones on the card, actually.
Well, it's weird for me because normally I'd be like, whatever. But because of the nature of it, I'm like, oh, I want to see what they do. Because, we literally came off of an unprecedented build where they were building toward a match that they didn't announce until it was happening with Undertaker and Cena. Yep. Which, again, I know Zion hated it, but I was like, no, that was fascinating. I love that. The match wasn't great. It let me down, but like I was behind every single moment until it happened. I'm like, I'm keep doing new. Where are you going with it? It's literally, we're going to have that match in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Okay. And then there's nothing. It's just, it's a big match.
And
look,
this will be good because Triple H can go. Undertaker can't really go anymore.
And here's the fun part about it, too, is that for all we've said about this being a major pay-per-view, they're still going to kind of treat it like a house show that doesn't kind of really matter, especially these guys.
Yeah, like no story is going to come out of this. Nothing like that. This is just going to be just a match. There's
nothing. It's just a major main event level match.
Yeah.
That hasn't really happened in a while. It's fascinating.
Yep.
And it shouldn't be. It's just Triple H and John Cena. People I've seen for the past 10 years all the time. And yet,
yeah.
If it was any other situation, I'd be like, who cares? But no, it's something weird about this one.
Speaking of fascinating, Undertaker, Rusev, casket match. This came out of fucking left field.
So this got announced initially And I saw someone post a hilarious Twitter about it. John Cena calls Undertaker out for like 3 weeks and gets nothing. And then Rusev is like, "Oh, it's Rusev Day. I will face you in a casket match heavily advertised." It's like,
Yeah, and that
but
was
he is.
like that was
And
like
then-
days after WrestleMania. It's like, what
yeah,
the fuck?
but that's announced. And like, why? Okay. And then it's announced a day later that Lana didn't like it, and Rusev got pulled, and Jericho was replacing him. And then like a week later, Lana's like, "No, it's happening after all." And they're like, "Okay, fine." And they put it back to Rusev. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is going on? All the rumors of Rusev and contract stuff, whatever. I mean, let's step aside all that. Undertaker versus Rusev is weird after we literally had a month. Well, technically, we had a year because Cena mentioned Taker in the Miz build last year. We've had so much build for a potential match that we didn't announce until the bell rang for a legend of like Undertaker versus Cena.
Mm-hmm.
And instead we're like, all right, Undertaker and Rusev, they've never had a match. They've never even fought. I think at last year's Rumble, I don't think they even interacted. They were in there together with Goldberg, but I don't think they fought. They've never fought in any situation ever. They're having a casket match? Why? Why? Yeah. It again, we're back to like, this is fucking fascinating.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I feel like this is easily going to be one of those. It's not going to be long. I don't see it going long. I don't know if it's going to be a straight squash match.
Let's make the crowd happy, but let's give Rusev some stuff. I think too. It won't be a squash. I don't think.
Yeah, but
it probably will be.
Then again, I mean, this is such a weird match where like, you would assume Undertaker's going to win, hands down, no problem. Like, just get it over with, get it out of the way. But then, like, there's that one little tiny piece of me that's like, well, what happens if... See, the reason I'm not thinking this because it's at a show like the Greatest Royal Rumble, but what if Rusev's the one that puts him in the casket and takes him off where he's gone until next time he shows up? You know what I'm saying? Like, if this wasn't the Greatest Royal Rumble, like, you know, like a special show like this, if this was an actual show, I feel like that probably would happen.
If this was Backlash, I could see it, but this is the Greatest Royal Rumble, which, again, we have a bit of an insight to know what's going on. And by that, I mean that literally they are trying to impress the Saudi government because they're part of this Saudi 2030 media initiative to make this be epic. Like, Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler are on the pre-show panel because they were asked to be there. So they probably went, "Oh, we want The Undertaker." Well, okay. Yeah, can you be in a casket match? Like, I could easily see that happening in the meeting, and I'm not making that kind of stuff up. That's probably what this meeting was, and WWE's like, well, it's a kingdom giving us money. We can say no, but why would we? Legitimately, I see that part of being what this is. So it's, I mean, Cesaro and Sheamus posted when they arrived in Saudi Arabia. They're like, 24-hour flight, we're here. They're flying for a day to get there.
That's terrible.
This isn't just an easy thing. And yet Undertaker's going there for a match. He's not losing that. There's going to be times to make the crowd go home happy. This is one of those times.
Yeah, I know.
But it's fascinating.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Undertaker. That's just that little tiny piece of me just wanted to bring that up, but it's definitely Undertaker.
Do you want Rusev to win the casket match?
I do not.
Fuck yeah, I do.
I don't. I mean,
I would like to see what happens from that. Could you imagine how big Rusev and Rusev Day would be from that? How we could talk it up? It would be awesome. But no, it's not happening. It would never happen.
And the final match, we got the 50-man Greatest Royal Rumble match. I think,
for the record, we don't know what the winner gets.
Oh, they get a trophy. I mean, they get a trophy.
Trophy.
But that's
okay.
Yeah, the trophy. Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
No.
Oh, it looks cool. It looks a lot better than the Andre the Giant and the women's Battle Royal trophies.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's no title shot, none of that announced. Just a trophy.
Do you remember the Kuwaiti Cup?
I do not remember the Kuwaiti Cup.
Back in like '97, this is when Vader got arrested. Do you remember?
I've heard this story. Yes,
yeah.
I heard about him getting arrested.
On that tour, they were in Kuwait, and there was a tournament. It was the Kuwaiti Cup, and I think Ahmed Johnson won it, or Mark Merrow or something. It was a weird, it was like a nothing tournament, but it was like it's for a thing. Yeah, there was never a second Kuwaiti Cup. It kind of reminds me of that, where it's like, let's impress these people, but we're gonna do it with a fucking pay-per-view and a 50-man Rumble. Like, holy shit. You go on with this one first, because I want to hear what you think about this monstrosity of a match.
Yeah, obviously it's going to go super long. I like most people, Royal Rumble is my favorite match, which that's no surprise there. But I think as far as people winning this match, I think it comes down to 4 people. I think there's only, out of 50 fucking people, in my mind, there's only 4 people that really have a chance on winning this match. 2 of them stand out above the other 2, but one is Braun Strowman.
He's my pick.
The other is Daniel Bryan.
I was thinking that.
It was a big favorite. The other, Randy Orton, because it's Orton, okay?
And you're not, you know what? Your history is very strong with Orton as a pick.
And the other one, I was typing it to somebody. I forgot what it was. I need to look at the list. But it was, hold on, I'm looking at the list right now. It's going to be a good guy. Who the hell? Oh, Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle. That's what it was.
Ooh,
I think
yeah.
Kurt Angle could be just like, a feel good. I think this is going to be the main event. This is going to have to be a good guy winning because I think it's going to be the close the show on the good note. It's not going to be a heel winning the match.
No, and
No
it will be
chance.
the main event because it is the greatest Royal Rumble.
Yes.
I can't see them not having it be the end.
It's got to be a face. That's the thing you got to think about. And I think those 4, after looking at the people, unless something random happens, because they only have not even half the people selected that's going to be in it.
Yeah. For the
Those
record,
are my
when-
4 that have
on the
a chance.
JRPL, it's like, pick a name that's not announced who will be in it. I
Yes.
put Big Cass because I figure that's an easy for sure.
Yeah, there's
5
several-
points or something.
there's several
like
ones that
I was
should
like,
be
maybe who could be a crazy one? Maybe this. Oh wait, Big Cass. Yeah, he'll be in it. Of course.
Yeah,
he will.
Bobby Lashley isn't even announced, but Bobby Lashley will be
Yeah.
in it. There's
There's
Drew
been-
McIntyre. A lot of guys like that will be in it.
I thought maybe like a couple NXT guys, and probably
Sure.
they will be. But I'm like, fucking Big Cass will be in. Of course he is.
Cien Almas will probably be there. Like a lot of the guys that just got called up that you haven't seen yet will
Yep.
probably be there.
Sanity will be in. Yeah. Now
Sanity.
the weird thing with this match, is there are like Great Khali's in it, and Mark Henry's
Yes.
wrestling in it, and Rey Mysterio's back for it, and so is Jericho. So like they're pulling out all the stops to get some crazy stuff. I did read some spoilers about people who have been spotted in the area. So I mean, why else would these wrestlers be in Saudi Arabia, right? I won't mention them here, but there's
Do it.
names.
Do it.
You want to hear it?
Well,
Okay.
this podcast is going to air like just out like
Okay.
earlier on before the show. So let's do it.
the
Let's
old-
hear it.
I've only heard a couple of them. There's been more. I haven't read other stuff, but the ones I read was Davari is apparently there, and Hornswoggle is apparently there.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So when you have those names showing up, they're going
You
for
mean
like
Davari from on 205 Live or the original Davari?
the original Davari.
Oh, wow.
Who is related to the 205 Live Davari. Yeah, the original Davari. I would not be surprised if they had guys. I mean, Big Show will probably be in it.
Yeah, Big Show. Yeah, definitely.
Is he? He actually might already be officially in it, but he'll be in it. I thought he might win it, but I'm like, no, Braun's going to
No,
win.
Big Show's not announced yet.
But he'll be in it.
Probably, yes, yeah.
Will they have some 205 guys? Probably. Will the Dudleys be in it? Probably. Who the hell knows at this point?
Yeah.
You never know with some of this stuff. Would I be surprised if something random like Goldberg happened? No. Will it? Probably not. He's got a rotator cuff thing, but would I be
he
surprised? No, I wouldn't be surprised. I legit wouldn't be surprised if he was in it. There's always the chance that champions or contenders who lose will be in it. So you might have Styles or Nakamura. You might have Braun or Brock or Roman
That's
in it.
true. I mean, yeah.
That's
also a
happened
possibility.
before. And when you got to fill a roster of 50 guys,
You have
it
to
would surprise me.
double up.
Now there's the randoms. Like you said, Angle might win.
They even did that this
I
year
don't-
in the Rumble,
I don't
actually.
know. I don't know if Angle would win to be like, look, the American hero was one in the Kingdom of Saudi
Oh, that'd be
Arabia.
great.
Saudi. he might. I don't know. There's always the absolutely crazy idea of Hogan, which I doubt,
Oh
but
my
maybe
God.
Batista, maybe Rock. Rock's going around the world promoting Rampage right now. Who the fuck? It really is a case where I don't know who
Yeah.
would not be in it when they start mentioning some of these names.
Yep.
And I love the unpredictability of it. It's crazy cool. It's fun. And it's a 50-man Rumble. That's cool as shit.
Yeah,
So-
either way, it should be a lot of fun. And I'm thinking. So you said Strowman. You're going with Strowman.
I think Strowman. I think
Strowman too. I
I'm
think
trying
Strowman
to
too.
think with the crowd. Like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, this is anything. They're gonna love that guy when they see him throwing people
he's
around.
huge, yeah.
They're gonna eat him up. They're gonna love him.
Yeah.
So I think he's the one. That's kind of like your consolation. Like, we didn't do good at the Rumble. You had the thing with Brock and Kane. I think Kane's in it. This thing too. If not, he will be. Happy birthday, Kane.
He
by
was
the way. I think his
announced-
birthday today.
Yeah,
he is announced.
He was announced, but then they took him out. So
Oh,
I
he'll
don't-
still be.
Yeah, he
though.
might
Unless
still
he's
be there.
He might have some mayoral shit to do. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there was that. Then the Mania thing. We did a thing, but we took it away from you right away. This is like, here, Braun wins. This is the big thank you, Braun. This is why his Mania might have been weird, because he's going to win this goddamn thing. And nobody else can say they won the 50-man Rumble. Also, fuck you, Alberto. There's no more 40-man Rumble. Now we
Yeah.
got 50.
Yeah,
But can you imagine if Alberto came out for this?
Oh my!
fucking
Don't
Rumble?
fucking wish that upon us. Don't wish that upon us.
I don't think he will. I think he's burned his bridges.
Yeah, hopefully. And see, the reason I'm not going with Brian, because Brian would be a very logical choice for, hey, Brian, everybody shit on the show after Brian got eliminated. We got to have him win a Rumble. I don't think he's going to win, because I think there isn't going to be a whole lot of story stuff going on, but I think it's going to be Big Cass eliminating Daniel Bryan just to get a lot of heat on him. That'll get a lot of heat on Cass.
I think you're right. I think because this, unlike other normal whatever shows, this is really in their pay-per-view rotation. Like the people have to stop thinking of it as a network special. It's a goddamn pay-per-view, and it's going to build to other stuff. Stuff that's going to matter is going to happen.
It won't be super story heavy, but it'll definitely have elements in it like that. Yeah. And Strowman doesn't really have anything going on with anybody really like major. So this is perfect. This is his perfect time to win the Rumble, I think.
It's a good thing that matters and that you can brag about and be a cool thing.
And it's like perfect for him too.
It's perfect. It'll be like, I won the 50-man Rumble. They had to make one for 50 men, and I still won it. Yeah. Like it writes itself. It's cool. So I've said it many times on this, Bomber, but I am fascinated by this show, and I love the fact that it exists. By rights, there should not be a pay-per-view tomorrow with 7 title matches plus 2 more matches and a 50-man Rumble at noon from Saudi Arabia. This shouldn't exist
on a Friday at noon. Well,
it's awesome.
As I was telling you earlier, it's perfect for me because I get off work at 11:30 a.m. It takes me 30 minutes. Takes me 30 minutes to get home. Right when the show starts, it's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be glorious. Not for Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode's not winning. But
no, he's not gonna win.
Yeah,
he's not.
But it's gonna be glorious for me. I'm pretty excited. You get to watch it, and it's gonna last pretty much all day, and then I go to sleep and I go back to work the next morning. So I mean, it's gonna be. I'm gonna enjoy it. Hopefully, I'm gonna enjoy it. But I know we are going a little long, but let's just. I asked for people to give us some questions on Twitter. We'll hit those up, and then we will head on out of here. Let's see. Let's go first of all. What are we doing here? What's the first question? Over at Jobber Radio, I asked you guys want to hit us up. What do you want us to talk about on the show? Redhead12 said, "Hey, Matt," which Matt's not here. He asked if he talked to Hornswoggle and asked if he's in the Rumble. Obviously, Matt's not here, but you just said you heard reports or whatever that Hornswoggle's been spotted.
He's been spotted in Saudi Arabia. Now, I don't know who's spotting people in Saudi Arabia, but I got to think if he's over there, that's why.
I will say this. I don't think there's probably many reasons for Hornswoggle to be in Saudi Arabia.
No, and probably nobody, like, you're not going to get other, like, who would you get confused with Hornswoggle?
Exactly.
In Saudi Arabia. Like, I got to, to be fair, if you saw another guy that looked kind of like him and you're in Saudi Arabia, you might think it's him.
Yeah.
To be fair, but he's got to be in it. Like, he'll be there for it.
Yeah, if he's been spotted, he's definitely in there. But the next one is, the Warden asked on Twitter, who do you believe will be the most successful in the recent NXT call-ups and debuts on the main roster?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I believe, I'll go first right here. I actually believe it will be Cien Almas, because the tag teams have not, like, AOP, we didn't even mention them actually earlier.
Oh, yeah,
AOP got called up, Authors of Pain. The crowd's already kind of dead on them. They already lost their manager, Paul Ellering. He's out. NXT does not have a good history of tag teams coming up and succeeding at all. I mean, there's been a couple, not many. I don't think they're going to succeed. I hope Sanity does good, because I'm more a fan of Sanity as I am AOP, but I don't think it's going to be. I don't think they're going to get over more than Cien Almas is. I think Almas is going to go a long way for the call-ups from NXT.
I agree. I think Almas is going to do real good. I think Eric Young will break out from Sanity. But I think he's going to, like, he said he's loved the role with these guys, how he can be the guy to help them make it. and he literally helped bring them to SmackDown. That's awesome. But he's also getting rewarded on SmackDown. That's cool as shit. Was the question saying the NXT call-ups or just roster additions?
Well, it said NXT call-ups and debuts, so I guess you could say like Bobby Lashley could be one.
We talked about Lashley for a while.
Yeah.
I think Ember Moon's going to win the title. Obviously, that's going to happen. It's a matter of time.
Yeah.
The Iconics will win the women's tag title if they make it. They'll win that. That's whatever. But that's not a measure of like super success. I think Drew is going to crush it. In his new thing here. Because he was doing good at NXT and they were so high on him, and he really didn't even need to go to NXT. It's obvious, but he did it and was going to carry that thing for a while. And then amazingly, he and Almas both get called up at the same time. Kind of funny.
Yeah.
But him with Ziggler is not going to be great. I can't wait for him to turn on Ziggler and just destroy him. Yeah. Not that Ziggler deserves it, but Drew's going to do it.
The way I see that going, I see them definitely getting a title run, a tag title run, because the way they've been programmed, they're definitely going to be focusing as a tag team. Now.
But I think they're not only they're high on him, but they saw that he got the potential that he had, and he's achieved it.
He looks a lot better. Like he just looks like a superstar.
I've seen some of his stuff in ICW. He cares.
Yeah,
is the weird thing to put it. Like leaving was the best thing for him. It's in the same way like Jinder, except Jinder looks better. He isn't better, but he looks
not really. Yeah,
right. It's that kind of thing.
He looks like $1 million, but yeah.
The other, I was thinking over on SmackDown, there was someone else that made me go like, oh yeah, that's going to be awesome, but I can't remember what it was. From all the call-ups and shit. Who the hell was it?
I don't know.
Well, if I can't remember, it must not matter, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I thought there was someone on SmackDown. I think I'm just high on Joe being on SmackDown. I'm really pumped for that.
Well, they have the Iconics, they had Cien Almas, they had Sanity. Did they have whatever the other call-ups that they had? I don't know if they had.
God, I thought there was someone else. Maybe I'm.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say No Way Jose is not gonna do great on Raw.
No, he's already. No, he's an NXT act.
What a piece
his
of
shows
trash there.
No, his gimmick shows that it works for a small crowd, not for bigger. Unlike Elias, his gimmick works for a big crowd, not small. No Way Jose. I mean. He's all right, but the gimmick doesn't look like a real thing. Why would anyone actually be like that?
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
Mainly the gimmick is what I'm shitting on, not necessarily him.
Yeah, no, the guy's good. He'll be good.
Yeah, I mean he's whatever, but he's not going to win anywhere. Definitely not him.
No.
But
I guess going back to it, my pick is Drew. I thought there was somebody else, but no, it's Drew.
Drew.
There's nobody else coming to mind.
Yeah, and I went with Almas. So I mean, both those guys should do really well, I think. We had Cross on Twitter ask. Picks out of nowhere to be in the Rumble. We kind of went over that one already. We even talked about Hornswoggle. Who knows? But
God, there could be any. At this point, I would not be surprised if randoms showed up. Like people you would never think are there would be there. I would not be surprised. Like aside from Dean Ambrose, whose arm is legit falling off or whatever. Like he's the kind of he won't be in it.
No, Ambrose won't be there.
No, but that literally anybody else is fair game. Like
I would shit myself. I swear to God, I would shit myself if Ambrose showed up and won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
I would film me shitting myself for proof. But you don't want to see that. So
would I be surprised if Mick Foley was in it? No,
cool.
I would not be if Mick Foley was there. That could be a thing. Like I said, The Rock. These are legit. This is a kingdom throwing money, saying we'd like this to happen. If anything is fair game at this point, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Cross also asked, "Do you guys think mid-card titles will change?" We already talked about that.
Oh, absolutely.
Cade Galley asked, "What's your thoughts on the Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan storyline?"
Dude,
again, I haven't watched.
Briefly,
oh yeah, go for it. You go for it first.
I'll say briefly. I like what they're doing with it, but you're a big fan of this stuff. I'll let you take the reins. Otherwise,
I'm sad I haven't watched the 6-man House of Hardcore match yet to see how it advanced. I did see some stuff about Eddie had his back turned and his wife came in. She tapped him on the shoulder and he knocked her out.
Oh, straight in the face. It was great.
I heard
it was like a Shawn Michaels Jericho punching his wife thing. It was boom. It was.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
It wasn't a legit
match,
hit,
though.
but it was good. Yeah.
But I love the way all the hate Sammy's getting, and Sammy's embracing it. Sammy's embracing the old school. I don't care. Everybody really does think I'm a piece of shit, and I'm gonna say, you know what? Yeah, I'm a piece of shit. Fuck you. Pay me. Like,
it's great.
I like that. Yeah.
Even Cornette's like, God, he beat up Kevin Sullivan, and there was no point for that. But at least he's making it his gimmick. I can't fault him for that. And I'm like, there you go.
And before, I seen Sammy post that, the picture of Sullivan, all bloody and everything, and he said, another Vic. I don't know the exact wording, but he was like, yeah, fuck him, pay me, and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, yes, I'm glad he's sticking with it. He's doing good. And Edwards is just that good, just babyface. I mean, there's not a whole lot to Eddie Edwards. I will be honest. I mean, he's a good wrestler, but he's just a good babyface. That's pretty much. There's nothing else really there.
But he's turning that corner.
Yeah.
This is helping him because I mean, you haven't seen the match yet, but in some of the promos where he's like, I didn't mean to hit her when he's talking to Dreamer about hitting his wife, with the kendo stick. His face is like caked in blood.
Oh god!
And it's not all his. It's amazing, and I like the idea that this guy. Well, think of it. He's Tommy Dreamer in ECW from back in the day. He's like the good guy who can do the stuff, but when it comes to it, he can take it and then dish it out and turns that corner, and they respect him for it. He really is kind of like a modern day Tommy Dreamer, but he's already a world champion level guy. So
yeah,
it's great. It's been fun. I like it. I like when they incorporate stuff into it. I really thought that redemption, it should have been Eddie gets redemption. That makes all the sense in the world. But I like that they're going to hold it off to Slammiversary. It looks like, which is in Toronto. Hey,
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they stretch it out.
It's got to be a thing for that, I think, because that's kind of the point. Now they've been doing tapings. I've been reading the stuff. I'm not going to mention stuff, but it has continued. All I'll say is that.
Good. So, well, yeah, I hope so. Okay, good. All right, moving on. Kate Galley also asked, who do you all think will benefit from superstar shakeup? Did we already answer that? I feel like we kind of... Well,
we talked about like who won't benefit, like the Zack Ryders and the Mojos. I mean, Baron Corbin's going to get some wins, but unless he really connects for the first month, he's done. It's not going to work. I think honestly, Kevin and Sammy are going to be the ones who benefit the most from this because they're on Raw and people are going to give a shit. I'm not mentioning them at all, but it's like they're just in their element. They are awesome together on Raw right now. So I think they're going to benefit most from the people moving away and coming over. Plus Miz and Bryan, let's make some money. That's probably the biggest benefit.
Yeah, Miz going over and Joe going over I think is really going to help him out.
Joe's good for him. Yeah,
I think that's going to be great. But again, I think not much on Raw besides Owens and Zayn's that are going to be able to really capitalize. Because they're over there with a already like the roster was basically already full, and then they got all these other guys from SmackDown.
I mean,
they're
you can look at it. Technically, Dolph will benefit from being with Drew.
Sure.
And maybe feeling invigorated to have something to do. I don't know. Mojo should have a shirt that says Mojo Rawly because he's been talking that like Monday Night Raw ends and he feuds for the IC title. Like that's not the stories we should have with these guys. They shouldn't simply be something because we told you so. They need to be actually something because for everyone who thinks, oh, he's new to Raw, he's this freak athlete monster. Yeah, I watched SmackDown the day after and it's never good for him. So why do I care about him now that you're telling me to? They keep forgetting stuff like that. It's not like it's WWE and WCW. It is two brands that people watch one show of. So, but yeah, I think Kevin and Sammy's the ones who will benefit the most.
We got Saint McPhee asks, will you be doing bar wrestling predictions since you're doing them for TNA? A quick answer, fuck no. Moving on.
I will legitimately answer that no, of course not, because they're not the same level. We do Ring of Honor. They do iPay-per-views. We do Impact. It's not TNA anymore, even though we still kind of call it that. But we don't do CZW when by rights we could. We don't do others. We do like the national promotions. Yeah,
we do people actually do like pay-per-view styles.
Yeah,
so.
We've considered things like New Japan, like stuff that is like the Wrestle Kingdoms, like the shows that are big and matter. Not to say that other ones don't, but we're not going to discover anything to discuss. Like it's
we already gave this guy too much bullshit. Let's fuck this guy. All right, moving on here. Isaiah, aka Beer Me Jesus, asked, in your guys' opinions, who's the most overrated and underrated wrestlers in the business today? Oh God, that's something I'd have to think about.
In the business?
That's what he said. That's something I had to think about. You know what? I say we skip this now, and that's definitely a best in the business episode.
I like it, yeah.
I don't even know if that works. Best in the business, best underrated in the business?
Most overrated.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way. That's something that we actually got to think about.
I haven't even thought of that. Because, I mean, in the business today is one thing, but overall, like, we could definitely go down some roads, because you can pull Luger into something like that, or some guys, like, I mean, you might have words for Brian, and I'll listen. Yeah. You know, like I can understand that. Some would say Orton for crying out loud. Like it's.
Well, that would probably be over. Yeah, I could see that.
People. Triple H would say that back in the day, but he's kind of turned people around. That's a good topic. Actually, you know what? I'll throw this out. We never do this for our best in the businesses. If people want to throw names for the potential bracket, do that too. Put that in the Twitter. See, what do you guys think? Because honestly, we have such differing opinions. We'll probably never agree. What do you think? And we'll discuss. So yeah. I like that question. That's a good one for that. We'll sorry to not answer you right now.
Yeah, we'll save that one for later. That's too good. That's too good. We're just going to save it.
Too good.
We got Tom Gibbs, a.k.a. Tagaby, asked, as a kid, what wrestling match finishes made you most upset or angry? He said, for example, I was in tears when Vince McMahon eliminated Steve Austin and won the Royal Rumble in '99.
See, I was 20 when that happened, so I wasn't in tears as a kid at that one.
I'll go first. I don't think that I was in tears during a WWE or WCW or anything like that. I watched that stuff as a kid, but I don't think I ever got so mad I like cried or anything like that. But I will say the only time I ever cried while watching wrestling was I was a kid and I was watching my dad. My dad was on a independent show. I don't know what year it was. It was probably mid-90s or something. And he was facing this one guy that was almost like a colonel, and he had like a guy that was on the outside. He had a manager. And it was in the main event. It was for the title. And my dad was the champion at the time. And they screwed him over and won the title off of him. They basically screwed him over. And
Your dad got screw jobbed?
Yeah, and I legit, I had my friend there, and my friend, I remember him looking at me, and I was like trying not to, but I was because I was so mad, and I knew everything the way I already knew then, obviously, that it was obviously fake, but I pretty much cried when my dad got screwed over. But little did I know, they came out, they reversed the decision, and then somebody else came out to team up with my dad, and they had a 2-on-2 match, and my dad's team won. So that was that. And then I was happy.
Kind of awesome.
Yeah, but that was I think the only time I ever like cried during a wrestling.
I don't know if I've ever cried from a match. I can tell you the most angry I've ever been at an outcome was easily when Brian got eliminated from the Rumble.
Oh my god! Oh my!
No, because it was his to win. That I was convinced more than anything that he was his to win. I was more angry when he wasn't even in the one where he had the match with Bray. That's like recent stuff. Like that's like, why is he not even in the Rumble? Mm-hmm. That was the company's dumb. Like I remember how angry I was. Yeah. But back when I was a kid about being upset, I remember honestly when Andre beat Hogan in the double ref shenanigans at the main event in 1988. I was like, what? He can't lose. It was that kind of thing. Like I'm sure people would be like when Bruno lost. That was it for me. I'm like, I literally don't remember Hogan not being champion and he lost. That makes no sense. What's going on? Like I legitimately remember that. The most emotional was probably the Savage Warrior retirement match when Savage reconciled with Elizabeth.
Oh,
that was just
pretty
the emotion.
Emotional. Yeah,
the emotion really actually legit hit on that one because. Again, I was probably like in my 10 or 11 or 12 or so for that. I'm trying to think of the age. I was probably like 10. So that one, it wasn't a match, but that's the most emotional, easy for me.
I watched that one a while back. Like I was making a music video at the time, and I was doing that stuff, and that almost got me back. Like when I was in my 20s watching, like I was like, man, this was done so good.
Part of why it works? It's not just because of them, but they show the crowd crying.
Yeah, people in the crowd crying, like everybody.
It's real. Yeah, it's real, and it was like, yeah, that was good. Now, for other emotional stuff, I don't know, like. I got super excited when Vader showed up in the Rumble in '96. Like, you want to go the happy sides of it? Cool, that stuff. But, like, emotional, upset stuff? Yeah, probably Hogan, Warrior. No, sorry, Warrior, Savage with the reconciliation, and Andre Hogan, obviously. Yeah. So,
and
yeah, that's
I already mentioned it for my, probably the sad as it is, one of my most shocking moments is when Triple H beat Goldberg and Kane in that triple threat match for the world title.
Oh,
but we won't get into that again. But that was legit one of my most surprising moments. And the only other question we had was from 3J Platinum. He says, in all capital, have you seen at Avengers Infinity War? And then he just says, you need to. And the answer is no, because you're going to see it tomorrow.
I'm going tomorrow, and I've been offline for most everything for the past few days because I'm avoiding spoilers because they just happen. So, like, if I see a Facebook message, I'll look at that, but I won't browse Facebook.
Yeah, and
stuff like that. So,
as far as I go, I'm not the biggest superhero fan, which, because I said in our Discord channel, which we've brought up a couple times, you need to join if you haven't already, but they asked if when I'm going to see it. I'm like, I'll probably catch it when it comes out on Netflix. Not that I'm not hating on it, but I haven't even seen the last Infinity or the last Avengers movie.
That's fair.
I enjoy some superhero movies, but I'm not big into them. So, and spoilers aren't going to affect me for that.
A couple friends are the same way. That I go to see the movies with, they're like, oh, I'll see when I see it. For me, literally, the Infinity Gauntlet, the comic books this is based on, is my all-time favorite.
Perfect.
Thanos is like my favorite character. It's like it's happening. They finally made it of the thing I want, and they've been building it for 10 years. Oh god! So yeah, you can tell I'm excited. So yeah, that's an obvious one for me. So I'm avoiding spoilers, even though because I know the stuff, I know what's going to happen in some aspects because it's going to be the story that I know. But I don't want confirmation. I want to be in the theater watching it unfold, being like, oh god, they did the thing. Oh, it's like in the thing. I want to have it there, not read about it beforehand. It's like reading spoilers for wrestling. Yeah, I know what happened at Impact for the past 5 days. But that's fine. It doesn't ruin it for me later. It makes me like, oh, I want to check that out. But could you imagine not knowing and seeing what happens on Impact in 3 weeks when it actually airs for the first time?
That's gonna be me.
It's better that way. It's good. It's because
gonna be me.
You're invested. That's the betterness. You'd rather see it unfold.
Yep.
So, yeah.
But and that pretty much wrapped it up. So that's all our questions. Thanks for the question, guys.
And shout out to all those guys because they're pretty much all people in the Discord and from the JRPL.
Yeah,
so,
except for
thanks,
that.
guys.
I didn't even notice whoever that motherfucker was that said bar wrestling bullshit. So, yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
that
no, I
guy.
didn't catch that one, but everybody else is pretty
McPhee.
much
I don't know who that is, but yeah,
don't know that one. But
he can go die
Warden
in
and
fire.
3D Platinum, all those guys, they're all from there, so that's cool.
But I think that wraps it up. Again, we went a little long, but we had a lot to talk about. And who knows? Maybe next time we do a show, we'll have at least one more person on to join us.
Maybe, but history has been made.
Lee never came back and never even said anything.
He wanted to. Literally, what happened is the
Yeah.
original recording happened, and like, how you doing, Lee? Diddle! And he got disconnected, and
Yeah.
it took 10 minutes to get him back. And they're like, let's try it, and it got disconnected again.
Yeah.
So he wanted to be here. He wanted to talk stuff. It sucks. I know Matt wanted to talk stuff because he loves the SmackDown setting right now. He thinks SmackDown's gonna be amazing. Like the guys want to talk stuff. It's just like that's Thursday. We got to record.
It's all good.
So,
We'll be back in 2 weeks, so we'll have plenty to talk about then. And we'll be able to talk about, I think, Backlash and the Greatest Royal Rumble. So
we'll have the results from both of these and the fallout.
Yeah, another shitload to talk about. So no telling who's going to be the fucking champions when we come back. So
who the heck knows at this point? Which again, if you like wrestling, this is a cool time. People shouldn't be like, oh, it's a dumb show, it's whatever. No, this is what you used to like. Remember, it's not the cookie cutter. This is some cool stuff. This doesn't happen. It literally doesn't.
Yeah,
this
might
is
as well enjoy it now before it goes back to the cookie cutter style. So,
which it will. It's gonna. So
yeah, but that's it. Royal Rumble. If you're listening to this when this came out, it's coming up in a couple hours. So enjoy it, and we'll talk to you guys in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
Later.